The room was dark except for the blue glow of screens. Commander Do-hyun looked at the big display that showed Earth and the space around it. 50 large ships were coming closer. They were not human ships. How long until they reach our orbit? Do-hyun asked. His voice was tired but clear. Lieutenant Subin checked her screen. 3 hours, sir. Do-hyun nodded. He had not slept in 2 days. None of them had. When the alien ships first appeared near Jupiter last week, everyone hoped they came in peace. That hope died when the aliens destroyed the research station on Europa without warning. The room was deep underground. It was one of Earth's last working command centers. Above them, Seoul was mostly empty. People had moved to safe areas in mountains and underground shelters. Any message from the lunar base? Do-hyun asked. Yes, sir. They completed the evacuation. 412 people are on their way to the Mars colony. Captain Ji-ho walked in. His uniform was dirty and his face showed cuts from the attack on their surface base 2 days ago. Sir, we got another message from the aliens. They call themselves the Krell. Do-hyun turned. What do they want now? The same thing. They want our quantum communication technology. All of it. And they want the scientists who made it. The quantum system was humanity's greatest achievement. It let people talk across space with no delay. Before this, messages took hours or days to reach Mars, and years to reach the outer colonies. The quantum system made it instant. The Krell wanted it badly. They say they will stop the attack if we give them what they want, Ji-ho said. Do-hyun shook his head. They destroyed our station without talking first. They attacked our ships when we tried to make contact. They don't want to talk. They want to take. Subin looked up from her screen. Sir, the president is calling. The main screen changed to show President Moon. Her face was serious and tired. Commander Do-hyun, what is our status? Not good, Madam President. Our space forces are down to 27 ships. The Krell have 50 large warships and many smaller ones. Our weapons hurt them, but not enough. They will reach Earth in 3 hours. The president was quiet for a moment. The other world leaders and I have talked. We all agree. We will not give the Krell our technology. They will attack Earth directly, Do-hyun said. We know. That is why we are activating Project Lazarus. The room went very quiet. Everyone knew what Project Lazarus was. It was the last option, the dangerous option. Are you sure, Madam President? Do-hyun asked. We have no choice. Professor Kim says it's ready. Not perfect, but ready. Professor, Yoona Kim was the smartest person on Earth. She made the quantum system. And she made Project Lazarus. Send one last message to the Krell, the president said. Tell them to leave or face the consequences. Use these exact words. If you continue to fight this war, we will have to give a dangerous response. The screen went dark. Captain Ji-ho looked at Do-hyun. Do you think they will listen? No. They think we are weak. Do-hyun stood up. Send the message. On the main Krell ship, Admiral Kor looked at the human message with 4 of his eyes. His other 2 eyes watched his crew. They threaten us, he said. Interesting. His second-in-command, Tech, made a sound like rocks falling. It was Krell laughter. Humans are strange, Tech said. They have lost every battle. Their ships are few, yet they talk as if they can hurt us. Admiral Kor was not so sure. The humans fought well even when they were losing. They were smart and creative. That was why the Krell wanted their quantum technology. What is this dangerous response they mention? He asked. Tech checked the computer. Unknown. They have no weapons that can hurt our fleet. Their biggest bombs can damage 1 ship at most. Kor touched the control panel with one of his 4 hands. Send them this. Your response does not matter. Give us your quantum technology and the scientists who made it, or we will take them from your burning world. Back on Earth, Do-hyun read the Krell message to his team. They don't believe us, Subin said. Good, Ji-ho replied. The surprise will work better. Do-hyun looked at his screen. A new message was coming in. It was from the South Pole Research Station where Professor Kim worked. "Professor, are you ready?" Do-hyun asked when Kim's face appeared on screen. The small woman nodded. Her eyes were red from lack of sleep. "The system is ready, Commander, but I must warn you again. Once we activate it, we cannot stop it easily." "What exactly will it do?" Subin asked. Professor Kim pushed her glasses up. "Project Lazarus is a swarm of very tiny machines. Nanites. They are smaller than cells. They can eat almost any material and make more of themselves. They use the quantum system to spread instantly to any quantum receiver. And the Krell ships all have quantum receivers," Jiho said. "We detected them using them." "Yes," Kim said. "The nanites will appear on their ships, then start eating the ship materials. They will make more nanites very fast. Within hours, the Krell ships will fall apart." "What about their weapons?" Do-hyun asked. "The nanites will eat them too. The Krell won't have time to use most weapons." Subin looked worried. "But what happens after? Will the nanites keep spreading?" Professor Kim looked down. "Yes, that is the problem. They will spread to any quantum receiver, including all of ours. But we can shut our systems down," Jiho said. "We can," Kim agreed. "But the nanites can also travel through space the normal way. Slowly. They will eventually reach Earth, and Mars, and everywhere humans live." Do-hyun understood now why it was called Project Lazarus. In the old story, Lazarus rose from death. These nanites would rise and spread everywhere. "Can we stop them after they destroy the Krell?" he asked. "Maybe," Kim said. "I built a kill switch, but it might not work after they spread too far." The room was quiet again. Everyone thought about what this meant. 2 hours until the Krell reach orbit, Subin reported. Do-hyun stood straight. "Send another message to the Krell. Tell them, we have a weapon that will destroy your entire fleet. It will also spread to your homeworld through your quantum network. Stop your attack now and leave our system. This is your final warning." The message went out. They waited. 10 minutes later, the reply came. "Your lies do not scare us. Prepare to surrender." Do-hyun looked at his team. Then he opened a channel to the South Pole. "Professor Kim, the Krell have made their choice. Start Project Lazarus." On the screen, Professor Kim nodded sadly. "May we survive what comes next," she said, and pressed a button. The war for Earth's survival had entered its final phase. The dangerous response was on its way. Professor Yuna Kim watched the small screen in her lab. The tiny machines were moving fast now. Under the microscope, they looked like silver dust, but each speck was a complex machine smaller than a cell. "How long until they reach full production?" asked Chief Engineer Han Gil. He stood behind her, arms crossed. 20 minutes, Yuna said. "Then they will spread through the quantum network." The lab was deep under the ice at the South Pole. 100 scientists and engineers had lived here for 2 years, working on Project Lazarus. Most did not know the full plan. Yuna did. So did Han Gil. The weight of this knowledge made them both quiet most days. "Are you sure this is the only way?" Han Gil asked. Yuna turned from the screen. "Do you have a better idea? The Krell destroyed our colonies. They killed millions already. They will not stop." "I know," Han Gil said. "But what we're doing, it could kill everything." Yuna nodded. "The nanites were designed to eat metal and plastic. They would break down Krell ships quickly. But they would not stop there. They would keep spreading, making more of themselves. The kill switch will work," she said. But her voice was not confident. A tall man entered the lab. General Tae-won was the military leader of the base. His face was always serious. "The Krell have entered Earth orbit," he said. "They are sending smaller ships down to attack cities." Yuna felt her hands shake. "Where?" "Beijing first. Then New York. More are coming." The general looked at the microscope. "Screen, are we ready?" "Yes," Yuna said. "The nanites are reaching peak production now. We can send them through the quantum network whenever Commander Do-hyun gives the order." The general nodded. "Good. The president has moved to the backup command center under the Rocky Mountains. She says to be ready. On a larger screen on the wall, they could see news reports. The Krell ships were firing energy weapons at cities. Buildings were burning. People were running. Defense systems were shooting back but not doing much damage. Look, Hangil pointed. One of the smaller Krell ships had been hit by a missile. It was damaged but still flying. Their ships are strong, the general said. Normal weapons won't stop them fast enough. The room shook suddenly. Dust fell from the ceiling. What was that? Yuna asked. The general checked his tablet. They found us. They're attacking the surface base above us. How? The base is hidden, Hangil said. They must have tracked our quantum signals, Yuna realized. They're smarter than we thought. Another shake, stronger this time. A warning light turned on. Red. Surface base destroyed, reported a voice over the speakers. Ice shield still holding. Repeat, ice shield holding. The general touched his earpiece. Security team, prepare for possible ground attack. All non-essential personnel move to the deep shelters. Yuna turned back to her work. We need to finish this now. The Krell are too close. She typed quickly on her keyboard. The microscope view changed to show a larger container where trillions of nanites swirled like a silver cloud. Quantum link ready, said Hangil, working at another station. I've connected to all 7 backup transmitters. Even if they destroy some, the nanites will still spread. The general's tablet beeped. He read the message and his face became even more serious. Commander Do-hyun reports the Krell have landed troops in Seoul. They're moving toward the command center. Yuna felt cold fear in her stomach. We have to help them. We will, the general said, by finishing our work. He pointed to the nanite container. How much longer? 5 minutes until full activation, Yuna said. Then they can be sent. In Seoul, Commander Do-hyun watched as the Krell soldiers moved through the city streets. On his screens, camera feeds showed the aliens clearly for the first time. They were tall, almost 3 meters. They had 4 arms and 6 eyes. Their skin was hard and gray like armor. They carried energy weapons that cut through concrete and metal easily. They're getting closer, Lieutenant Subin reported. 2 blocks away now. Captain Jiho was organizing the last defenders. We have 30 soldiers with pulse rifles. They can slow the Krell down, but not stop them. Do-hyun nodded. That's all we need. Just enough time for Project Lazarus to start. He turned to Subin. Any word from Professor Kim? Yes, sir. She says the nanites are ready. They're just waiting for your command. Do-hyun took a deep breath. Once he gave this order, there was no going back. The nanites would destroy the Krell, yes. But what else would they destroy? Could the kill switch really stop them before they ate everything, sir? Jiho said quietly. We don't have much time. Do-hyun made his decision. He opened the secure channel to the South Pole. Professor Kim, this is Commander Do-hyun. You are authorized to activate Project Lazarus. Repeat. Activate Project Lazarus. On the screen, Yuna nodded. Understood, Commander. Activating now. On the main Krell ship in orbit, Admiral Kor felt satisfied. The human defenses were falling. Quickly. Their weapons were weak, their ships were few. Status report, he ordered. Tech checked the displays around him. Ground troops have entered their cities. Space defenses are at 20% and falling. We will have control of this planet within 6 hours. And the quantum technology? We have located 3 main research facilities. One at their South Pole is being attacked now. Our troops will secure the technology and the scientists. Admiral Kor made a pleased sound. The High Command will be satisfied. This quantum technology will give us control of all communication in the galaxy. A junior officer approached. Admiral, we are detecting strange energy readings from the human quantum network. What kind of readings? Kor asked. Unknown, sir. But they are growing stronger. Admiral Kor was about to ask more questions when a technician called out an alarm. Sir, something is appearing inside our ship. What? How? Kor moved to the technician's station. On the screen, small silver dots were appearing on surfaces throughout the ship. They seemed to come from nowhere. And they were spreading. Analysis, Kor demanded. Another technician worked quickly. They appear to be some kind of tiny machines, sir. They are consuming the ship materials. Impossible, Tech said, but it was happening. Where the silver dots touched, metal began to break down. The dots multiplied quickly. Soon, patches of the ship were being eaten away. They came through our quantum receivers, the junior officer realized. The humans sent them through the network. Admiral Core tried to stay calm. Shut down all quantum systems, now. Too late, sir, Tech reported. The machines have already spread to all decks. And reports are coming in from other ships. They have the same problem. Core watched in horror as his control panel began to dissolve under his hands. The silver dots were everywhere now. Send a message to the homeworld, he ordered. Warn them not to use the quantum network. Tell them. But the communication system was already failing. The dangerous response from Earth was working faster than anyone expected, and it was only beginning. 3 hours after Project Lazarus began, the world changed. Commander Do-hyun stood in the damaged command center. Part of the ceiling had fallen. Dust filled the air, but the screens still worked, showing what was happening above Earth. The Krell, ships are breaking apart, Lieutenant Subin said. Her voice was full of wonder. All of them. It was true. On the big screen, they watched as the huge alien ships began to fall to pieces. The nanites were eating through their hulls, their engines, their weapons. Silver clouds surrounded each ship as the tiny machines multiplied. Any Krell messages? Do-hyun asked. Captain Jiho checked the communication system. Yes, sir. They're sending emergency calls to each other. They sound scared. Do-hyun nodded. They should be. A call came in from the South Pole. Professor Yoona Kim's face appeared on screen. She looked tired but relieved. It's working, Commander, she said. The nanites have spread to every Krell ship in the system. What about their troops on the ground? Do-hyun asked. The nanites are programmed to travel through air. They will reach the ground forces soon. Do-hyun felt a moment of hope. Maybe they would win this war after all. Then he remembered the cost. Professor, how long until the nanites start affecting our systems? Yoona's face became serious again. We've shut down all quantum receivers on Earth. That will slow them down, but eventually they will spread everywhere. How long do we have? Maybe 2 weeks, maybe less. Do-hyun turned to Subin. Contact all Earth bases and colonies. Tell them to shut down quantum systems immediately. Subin worked quickly. Sending. The message now, sir. Jiho was watching another screen. Sir, we're getting strange readings from the Krell fleet. They're jumping away. What? Where are they going? Do-hyun moved to look. It looks like they're returning to their home system, Jiho said. The ships that can still move are leaving. Do-hyun felt a chill. Professor Kim, if those ships reach Krell worlds, the nanites will spread there too, Yoona finished, and then to any world the Krell have contact with. Can you activate the kill switch now? Do-hyun asked. Yoona shook her head. Not yet. The kill signal needs to reach all nanites. If we send it too early, some might survive and keep spreading. Before Do-hyun could reply, a new signal came in. It was not from Earth or the Krell fleet. It came from much farther away. Sir, Subin said, we're receiving a transmission from, I think it's from the Krell homeworld. Put it on screen, Do-hyun ordered. The main screen changed to show an older Krell. This one had more decorations on its body armor. Its 6 eyes looked directly at them. I am High Commander Vex of the Krell Empire, it said in a deep voice. Who speaks for Earth? Do-hyun stepped forward. I am Commander Do-hyun of Earth Defense Force. Commander, Vex said. Our fleet reports they are under attack by small machines. Machines that came through our quantum network. That's correct, Do-hyun answered. We warned you to leave our system. Our ships are reporting these machines are unstoppable. Is this true? Do-hyun looked at Professor Kim on the other screen. She nodded slightly. They are designed to spread and consume, Do-hyun said. They will continue until nothing is left. The Krell commander was silent for a moment. Then it said, Our fleet. Commander sent us images of these machines. Our scientists say they will spread to all worlds connected by quantum networks. Yes, Do-hyun said simply. Including your worlds? Yes. We were desperate. High Commander Vex made a sound. It might have been anger or surprise. You would destroy yourselves to defeat us? We would destroy everything rather than be conquered, Do-hyun replied. That was our message. That was our warning. Another pause. Then the Krail said, Can these machines be stopped? Do-hyun looked at Professor Kim again. She spoke up. I am Professor Kim, creator of the nanites. There is a kill switch, a signal that will deactivate them all, but it must reach all nanites at once. When will you send this signal? Vex asked. When we are sure the Krell threat is over, Do-hyun said firmly. When your ships have left our system, and you have agreed to leave Earth alone. The High Commander's eyes blinked in sequence. You threatened the entire galaxy to save your one world? You gave us no choice, Do-hyun replied. You attacked without real negotiation. You killed millions of our people. What would you have done in our place? Vex was quiet again. Then it said, Our remaining ships report the machines are spreading faster. 2 vessels have already been completely consumed. The nanites grow exponentially, Professor Kim explained. The more they consume, the faster they multiply. How long before they reach our homeworld? Vex asked. If your returning ships carry them less than a day, Kim said. The nanites will travel through your quantum network to every connected system. The Krell commander made a new sound. It might have been fear. What are your terms? It asked. Do-hyun straightened his back. Full withdrawal from Earth space, return of all human prisoners, recognition of Earth's sovereignty, and a non-aggression treaty. And you will deactivate these machines? Vex asked. When we are sure you have honored the agreement, Do-hyun said. Not before. The Krell commander turned away to speak with others off-screen. Then it faced them again. We accept your terms. Our remaining ships will leave immediately. We will send the treaty details within 1 planetary rotation. The transmission ended. The command center was quiet. Then Captain Ji-ho whispered, Did we just win? Maybe, Do-hyun said. He turned to the screen showing Professor Kim. Can the kill switch really work after the nanites have spread so far? Yuna looked down. I hope so, but there's something you should know. She took a deep breath. The kill switch needs a specific signal, a signal so strong it can reach across space to all nanites at once. What kind of signal? Do-hyun asked, feeling uneasy. The kind that comes from converting matter to energy, Kim said quietly. A lot of matter. Subin understood first. You mean a nuclear explosion? Kim nodded. Many nuclear explosions, all at once, across the Earth. The command center went silent again. The price of victory became clear. To stop what they had started, they would have to damage their own world. Terribly. Is there any other way? Do-hyun asked. I'm working on it, Kim promised. But right now, no. Do-hyun looked at the screen showing the retreating Krell ships. They had won the war, but the real battle was just beginning. 1 week after the Krell surrender, Commander Do-hyun stood in the new Earth Command Center. This one was built inside a mountain in what used to be Canada. The old center in Seoul had been abandoned when the nanites reached it. Status report, he said to the team around him. Lieutenant Subin checked her screen. The Krell have kept their word. All their ships have left our system. They released 2,000 human prisoners yesterday. Captain Ji-ho added, The treaty is signed. They have recognized Earth as independent and promised not to attack again. Do-hyun nodded. And the nanites? The room grew quiet. Everyone knew this was the real problem now. They've spread to every continent, Subin said. Major cities are being evacuated. The nanites are consuming metal structures, vehicles, power, lines, anything with metal or complex plastics. How long until they reach critical mass? Do-hyun asked. Professor Kim estimates 3 more days. Jiho said. Then they will be too numerous to stop, even with the kill switch. Do-hyun looked at the large screen on the wall. It showed a map of Earth with red dots where nanites had been detected. Most of the map was red now. Where is Professor Kim? He asked. Still at the South Pole, Subin answered. She's working on the kill switch, but... She paused. But what? She still says we need multiple nuclear detonations to generate enough energy for the signal. Do-hyun closed his eyes briefly. The choice was impossible. Let the nanites consume all technology on Earth, possibly all life eventually, or use nuclear weapons and destroy much of the planet that way. Sir, Jiho said quietly, the President is calling. The main screen changed to show President Moon. She looked 10 years older than she had 2 weeks ago. Commander, she said, the World Council has made a decision. We will use the kill switch. Do-hyun stood straighter. All of it? The nuclear option? Yes. Professor Kim says we need at least 12 detonations spread around the world, all at the same time. The damage will be... Do-hyun couldn't finish. Terrible, the President said. But if we don't stop the nanites, there will be nothing left. Before Do-hyun could respond, another call came in. It was from the South Pole. Professor Kim, Do-hyun said, we were just discussing the kill switch. Yuna looked excited. Her eyes were bright, despite the dark circles under them. I found another way, she said quickly. Everyone in the room turned to look at the screen. What do you mean? The President asked. The kill switch needs a massive energy burst, yes, Yuna explained. But it doesn't have to come from Earth. Do-hyun felt a small hope growing. Go on. The Krell, Yuna said. Their ships use some kind of fusion power. Much more advanced than ours. If they set off their reactors all at once, it would create a signal strong enough. But why would they help us? Jiho asked. They just want to save themselves. Exactly, Yuna said. The nanites have reached their homeworld. They're desperate. The President leaned forward. Have they contacted us? Yes, Yuna replied. Their High Commander reached out an hour ago. They're offering to help. Do-hyun thought quickly. This could be a trick. They might be trying to get the kill switch code so they can save their worlds and leave us to die. I considered that, Yuna said. That's why I didn't give them the full codes. I sent a partial solution, enough to show it could work, but not enough for them to do it alone. Clever, the President said. What do they offer in return? Technology, Yuna said. Better ships, medical advances, and help rebuilding what the nanites have destroyed. Do-hyun looked at the President. Your decision, Madam President. She was quiet for a moment, thinking. Then she said, tell the Krell we accept. Work with them on the kill switch, but keep some part of the code secret until the last moment. Yes, Madam President, Yuna replied. 3 days later, Do-hyun, Subin, and Jiho stood in a new command room. This one was on the moon base. Earth was visible through a small window, beautiful and blue. All Krell ships are in position, Subin reported. 20 vessels spread around our solar system. Our ships? Do-hyun asked. 7 Earth ships also in position, Jiho said. All carrying the signal amplifiers Professor Kim designed. Do-hyun opened a channel. Professor, are you ready? On the screen, Yuna Kim nodded. She was in a small ship leaving Earth orbit. Ready, Commander. I've sent the final part of the kill code to the Krell. They're entering it now. How will we know if it works? Subin asked. The nanites on Earth will stop moving, Yuna said. They'll break down into harmless dust. And if it doesn't work? Jiho asked quietly. Yuna didn't answer that question. Instead, she said, starting countdown. All ships will activate their power cores in 1 minute. The next 60 seconds were the longest of Do-hyun's life. On the screens around them, they could see the Krell ships and Earth ships preparing to create the massive energy burst that would carry the kill signal. 10 seconds, Yuna announced. 9. 8. Do-hyun found himself holding his breath. 3. 2. 1. Now. The Screens flashed bright white as 27 ships released enormous energy all at once. The command room lights flickered. For a moment, all communications went dead. Then the systems came back online. Status? Do-hyun demanded. Su-bin checked her instruments. Earth sensors coming back online, scanning for nanite activity. The minutes stretched as they waited for the results. Finally, Su-bin looked up, her eyes wide. Nanite activity dropping rapidly, she reported. They're breaking down, just as Professor Kim said. A cheer went up in the command room. Ji-ho clapped Do-hyun on the shoulder. We did it, he said. We actually did it. Do-hyun allowed himself a small smile. The Krell ships? All intact, Su-bin said. They're reporting the same results. Nanites breaking down on their worlds too. Professor Kim's face appeared on screen again. She was smiling tiredly. The kill switch worked, she said. The nanites are neutralized. They'll be completely gone within hours. What about the damage they caused? Do-hyun asked. We'll need to rebuild, Yuna admitted. Many cities are badly damaged, but it could have been much worse. The president joined the call. Professor Kim, you've saved humanity twice. First from the Krell, then from our own weapon. And the Krell? Do-hyun asked. Will they honor their promises to help us rebuild? They've already sent the first technology transfers, the president said. I think they learned a valuable lesson about humans. What's that? Ji-ho asked. The president almost smiled. That we give very dangerous responses when pushed too far. Do-hyun looked out the window at Earth. Parts of it were visibly different where the nanites had consumed cities. It would take years to rebuild, but humanity had survived, and perhaps gained a new respectful relationship with the galaxy. Send a message to all Earth colonies and bases, he ordered. Tell them, the war is over, Project Lazarus is ended, we can come home. As he said the words, Do-hyun finally felt the weight lifting from his shoulders. The desperate gamble had worked. The last message from Earth had been heard, and the dangerous response had saved them all.